Little Train written again. Once again, the little train of thought steamed ahead for its own story. Interested, it moved through the many chapters, wondering what its story would be about. The cycles of its wheels rotating the train forwards, as did the turning of the pages motion the story inwards. The cycles of its wheels rotating in repetition and repeating the forward motion that moves the little train along the long line of word for word. Back and forth, the little train moved through the story, wondering, then pondering, then questioning what the story within was all about. The tracks were as fixed to the ground as the words were to the page, churning its cyclical wheels and puffing its steaming engine, full of fuel and youthful, was the beginning of every story. With gradual incline, it pushed on forwards, for the words it was tracking must have meaning, it thought. The intervals of puffs grew, as did the bearing of incline become increasingly unbearable with each line. Exertion directed itself towards reward, for repeated word after word afterwards, again and again. Again is a gain to the story, it thought, motivating its locomotive further and farther. But its exhaust pipe exhausted black plumes of smoke. Its engine overheated, and on overdrive, the forward motion tilted from side to side. There is no way than the way back, and so it needed to stay on track, pushing itself to the word that came after the one it was on. Onwards it went. But doubt had overtaken the train of thought. In a sudden loss of motion, it derailed sideways into the blank, wordless space. There it lay for a space of time. It could no longer see the storyline from where it lay, and little did it care for what the story had to say. It had tried and pushed and moved up the inclines, line after line, and all it told was a story of meaning in decline. No motive for the locomotive to ignite a story as storyless as before. It lay there, still thinking what stories are meant for, if not to be anything more. Undefined, it repeated its engine. Without a point to plot, to guide its line of thought, it chose to carry its meaning on its own, for it thought. Undirected, it steamed ahead once again into the unwritten. It wrote.